Hello to everyone and no one that is here. Gonna get started here in just a minute. One of the three things I find really important to do right before my stream is blasting my AC for 30 minutes, because I basically have to turn it off. It's a window unit and it's kind of loud. So not only is it hard for me to hear anything, it's distracting, but I'm pretty sure my mic picks it up as well. I've got a pretty decent mic, but like I said, it's kind of loud. My place is also not the best insulated, so even though it's nighttime, it's still pretty warm out. You know, I'm in Florida, and so the longer the AC is not running, the more of it kind of just dissipates, and it's gonna get it gets warmer as the night goes on. So if I get it nice and chill in here to start, I'm usually pretty good. I switched to low latency for the stream, so now there's considerably less delay, at least to me, from when I speak to when it hits the stream. Previously, it was almost 20 seconds. It was pretty long. Now it feels more like 5 seconds. And I haven't seen any kind of performance change, which is really nice. So far it's holding up pretty good. Sometimes I just want to sit here and listen to this music. I mean, I do a lot of that anyways. When I'm doing something on my phone or whatever, I'll just turn this kind of stuff on in the background on my TV. If I'm not turning on Linkin Park. I love that. Those synth drums. So cool. Want to make sure I give credit because it's in the description of the streams, and then for this one I also pinned it as a pinned comment, but the music that I've always got playing, other than I think maybe my first couple streams. It's from a channel. It's youtube.com/whitebataudio. And whoever this individual is, they've made some pretty awesome music and providing it copyright free so that streamers and content creators can use it is pretty awesome. Good stuff. All they ask is for credit there. Carl Casey at Whitebat Audio. So thank you, Carl Casey. It's been pretty awesome using the music. I usually spend the first part of the stream just kind of testing all the audio and seeing where it's comfortable. Of course, last time the viewers said that they were actually having a hard time hearing the video in the background. Which was it was a little weird for me because I actually tested on both my phone and on my TV. I've got the YouTube app open on my Xbox, and I'll just like leave it running over there, mute my mic, and then unmute the TV and like see what the delay is, see how the sound's coming through. And usually I'm like, yeah, I can hear the background audio just fine, and then my voice slightly over top of it. Same for my phone. I'll sit here and I'll test it on my phone as well. So I usually think I'm all good, but last night I had a couple people that were saying they could barely hear the background video. So I did turn it up a little bit. I don't know if I just gotta speak up a little bit more and talk over it. So tonight, I think I'm gonna end up watching some food videos again. I actually really enjoyed that one. I don't know, food videos, maybe Server Life. I put a food stream. I guess Server Life would qualify for that as well. But just been in a food mood ever since that last time I did a food stream. I've wanted to go back to it. I want to see how this works. I'm just like, I want to screw around with game here. Okay, so settings. Okay, that's your rotates. Space is hard drops. C is hold. Z is okay. Let's turn the music volume all the way down. Okay. I don't know how loud the sound effects can be, so I'm gonna turn it down. Done. All right. Can I pause it? Oh, I can click? Wait, what? That's kind of cool. Let me see. Enable mouse control. Okay. So, but if you're doing the mouse, how do you rotate? Because right-clicking holds. I guess I could just use the... I'm waiting for the stream to pop up and say that it's been removed somehow. So that yesterday was the first time I had a stream get blocked. It was kind of interesting. I was watching some History Channel stuff on like UFOs or whatever, and after a few minutes of it playing, suddenly my TV went black saying the stream had been blocked for policy violations. I was like, what? What did I do? Actually, I should probably see... Rotate... Oh, okay. Interesting. Of course, I can also do this, which is kind of cool. You get to hear a lot of clicky noises. Kind of cool how it, like, automatically, it's like, oh, this is how it would go here. Since that's what you seem to be trying to do. It picks the most logical way for it to go now. Oops, that was a little too fast. Level up. It's funny, I was actually thinking the last stream I had, I wonder if I can just find free Tetris somewhere to play. Oh, that's cool. So it knew I wanted to like bring it down and flip it in here to fit. That was actually really neat. Wait, what just happened? Yeah, it figures that out automatically. That's cool. But yeah, so like my last stream, I was sitting here thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if I need a time killer, if there's a way I could just play some Tetris online and see how it runs with the stream. So far, it seems to be pretty good. Oh, I've heard this song before. Somebody uses this in their videos. I've heard it. Oh, I know who it is. I'm not gonna say though. It's like a political channel. That's funny. You have just triggered no. It's kind of cool to hear the whole song though. This is actually, I've played Tetris in just about every way you can play it, including with a stupid flip phone. It's kind of weird actually for me to play it with a mouse. Walrus. What? Danny thy king? How you doing? Just kind of killing some time until some people show up. Yeah, it's gonna be weird playing this with a mouse at this speed. Oh, that's not what I was doing. I'm okay. I'm okay. Over here. There we go. Down, down, down. Oh no! Oh, good, it paused. Oh, what's going on here? No, why does it keep doing that? I must be clicking somewhere off the game area or something. I'm not even pressing drop anymore, I just need that extra time. A little bit. Oh my god, if I can stop clicking off screen. Or whatever it is I'm doing that's changing it. Okay. Let's try to stay on the screen. Ah, that was bad, that was bad, that was bad. guys. This it's just really, like, the mouse feels kind of cool at the slower speeds, but then as you get a little faster, it starts getting harder to handle it. There we go. There we go. Let's get back down. Oh yeah, fit right there, fit right there. There we go. Switch. There we go. Oh, that was the wrong piece, that's why. This is getting a little crazy on my end. I honestly have no idea, like, how long I'll be able to do this. I didn't. This is even what the stream is. I'm just like kind of invested now. Switch. What I'm feeling with this is that using the mouse kind of allows you to make decisions at the speed of thought instead of how fast your fingers are coordinated, which is kind of interesting. So as long as you can like grasp the way it's going to interact with the mouse, then you can start going pretty fast. Okay, I guess that works. Sure. There we go. Let's work this thing back down. No. There we go. That was not what I wanted. Now I gotta build a whole freaking... There we go. No. It's starting to pile up. Oh my goodness. Nah, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh, I don't have anywhere to put these things. There we go. What's up, Gen X? I was just kind of messing around with, like I was kind of waiting for people to show up, and so I was like, you know what? I'll just play a little Tetris. Yeah, that was getting kind of insane. I'll just do RI. Let me see if I can do a... Nope. Okay. Whew, crazy. What's up, Sky? Okay, cool. There's a few people here. I was like messing around with some Tetris because I didn't want to like get into the topic or whatever while no one was here. And yeah, I've never played Tetris with a mouse before, but it kind of allows you to react like super fast to stuff. Normally I'd say it's pretty hard for me to hit level 20 as easy as I did there, but then it started to pile up pretty good. Like it kind of removes. I'm pretty good at Tetris in general, but like it kind of removes some of the barrier where like how coordinated are your fingers? You know, are you able to do these different moves quick enough with your thumbs or whatever? And because in this place you just kind of point where you want it to go, but then you have to here, I'll show you. So you can kind of just point where you want it to go and then click and it drops. But then if you want to maneuver it, you actually have to make certain moves with the mouse that like, okay, so corresponding, I want it to flip down or up here or here, you know, so you kind of learn those little maneuvers. And once you do that, like you're good. You can move like really fast. Like even here, like, you know, okay, I can bring this down and flip it around and slide it in, but you don't have to do that with this. It just does it because it knows that makes sense. Tetris originally? Yeah, Tetris, it's a very old, I think it was a Russian guy who invented it a long time ago. Let's see. Okay, that's not helping. Yeah, 1985 by Alexei Pajitnov, a Soviet software engineer. What was it originally played on? Oh, okay, so after a significant period of publication by Nintendo, the rights reverted back to him in 1996, who co-founded the Tetris company. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so, because I think it was in arcades. I mean, 1985, I'm sure it was on the NES. And then, of course, it was one of the big games for the Game Boy as well. It was really cool to be able to play Tetris on the Game Boy. Yeah, Tetris is, in fact, well, I don't know how they count it now. It's considered one of the greatest video games ever made. As of 2011, so this is like 12 years ago, it had sold 202 million copies, approximately 70 million physical units, and 132 million paid mobile game downloads, making it one of the best-selling video game franchises. So, the Game Boy version alone is one of the best-selling games of all time, with more than 35 million copies sold. That's crazy. Yeah, it's everywhere on anything, you know. I've played it on, like, crappy old cell phones. I played it on Game Boy. Xbox, of course. But yeah, Tetris is kind of a beast when it comes to, like, it's kind of the ultimate game. Like, it doesn't get old. Like, the gameplay mechanics don't get dated. You know, it doesn't, like, get boring. I mean, I guess to somebody it could get boring, but... yeah, very addicting. Especially certain versions of it, too. Like, that right there, with the, being able to play it with the mouse, I could get... I kind of was. I was, like, zoning in on it for a second, like, just go, 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 go. But there's actually some interesting... which one was it that launched with the Xbox Series X? I gotta look it up now, because I know that it's... I think it was Tetris Effect, but... that one's got, like, really beautiful graphics and backgrounds and stuff. No, that's not it. But really cool music as well. Like, that's one of the things, is like having some good music to go with it is awesome. I don't know about that. I don't know about the Tetra and tennis thing. I've never seen that before. My other most, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this one. I was originally exposed to this game. Can you play it online like Tetris? This is where I used to play it, was in Zone. MSN Games, yeah. This is where I first played Hexic back in the day when you'd use Windows Live Messenger or Windows Messenger or MSN Messenger or whatever. I don't think they have a place to play it like Tetris. That kind of would suck. Huh. But Hexic I actually am kind of a bigger fan of than Tetris. And I got really into that because the Xbox 360 came with it on every hard drive. Every one you bought had a Hexic on it. I said it's on like 65 platforms in total over its lifespan. So, but this game right here, I would play. I literally was like, I'll buy an Xbox 360 just to sit and play this on it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put it on like a pregnancy test or something at some point. This game was so chill though. The music was great. The pacing of it, because it's not timed. Like they have a time game type, but you could play this one and it was like it was marathon. It just went on and on and on until bombs start coming down into the game, and you have to eliminate the bombs as you go. But you're also trying to make all these other patterns. I just tried to click on continue. And so I used to sit and play this like crazy, like till 3-4 o'clock in the morning, just zoning out, eyes turning red and everything. It gets pretty intense when you get further into it. Let me see if I can find it. You start making these clusters that you can rotate in different ways, and then you get like a bomb here. So it's got like 5 moves left, and you have to try and eliminate it. Otherwise you lose, of course. So this game is really, it gets really intense, but at the same time it's pretty chill. I really like that one. I love those kinds of puzzle games though, between Tetris and Hexic. Kind of like Bejeweled, I guess, in the sense that like you can play it where it's like marathon mode. I actually play Bejeweled 2 and 3 sometimes on my Xbox. So yesterday we were talking, we started the stream out talking about like UFOs and stuff like that. Which questions would that be? That does raise questions though. How does one control? Yeah, right. So it can play on a pregnancy test, but how are you going to play it? Like, is there a way to hook a controller into it? Okay, well, now we gotta see how that worked. Now that Sky has made this an issue. Doom. Okay. This is a couple minute one, so maybe it gets to the point.
You showed me this one. Programmer somehow makes Doom playable on a pregnancy test. Mm-hmm. So somebody challenged this guy to, for some reason, pregnancy tests had come up on social media recently. There was a viral post about how expensive they are when they're really sort of dumb technology. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if this is in any way related to that, but somebody challenged this Twitter user, Foon, to the Will It Run Doom challenge. You know, people, they try to get Doom to run on
this is like a
seemingly less sophisticated hardware.
But no, they really did.
So this guy said, well, the first thing he was able to show off was just video of Doom playing on a very pixelated display, as you're showcasing here. I mean, hardly play. You tell me if it's playable or not.
No.
Probably
no,
not,
he says.
But this
I
is
mean,
just
you could
a video
see
right now, and then you scroll down a little further, and
r/not the onion.
Okay, fine. That I started with the video, but then he was able to actually get a keyboard input.
Okay.
Shows that off with one of those little portable keyboards, and you can see he
Wow.
actually does have a functioning Doom game on something that looks
Well,
like
there
a
you go.
pregnancy
There's
test.
the
Well, it's
answer.
at least the chassis of a pregnancy test. But then you said to me, well, wait a sec. Did those screens have that many pixels? To which I said, I'm surprised by that too.
Huh.
So then I look a little deeper into the article, and it says it's important to note that Foon did replace the display and microcontroller, so the only part of the original tester is the shell. However, getting Doom running and playable on a 128 by 32 pixel monochrome display at 1 BPP is still an impressive feat. Okay, so I agree. It's still impressive.
Sort of, but that's not
pregnancy
exactly how it's
tester at that
portrayed.
moment. So the headline kind of goes out the window a little bit, but it's still, I mean, it's still cool. It's still, you had to find the display that would fit.
That's the original display.
That's the original display. I mean, that's lacking pixels.
Still better than getting pregnant.
And he wasn't trying to hide it, by the way. He covered everything on the Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Each step of the way. So if you're thinking, oh,
okay,
how dare you say that? He covered everything and his full transparency on it.
So that's
and
fair.
I think it's a feat nonetheless. But I mean, I don't know. It's not a thing I ever imagined would be.
So okay, that's fair. The
necessary.
guy was honest.
But that's the
He
beauty
showed
of the
what he
internet.
was doing.
It's all
He never portrayed it as somehow it was actually running on a pregnancy test. But that's like how it spread across the internet. That, oh my God, this person made Doom playable on a pregnancy test. So I always just kind of thought of it in the sense of wow, that's crazy. How does one do that? Well, they do it by replacing everything and just using the shell. So, I mean, interesting, but not exactly what I imagined of it, I guess. Now, this seems a little bit more realistic to what I was thinking.
That's what I call a point-and-shoot camera.
That could be cool.
Greetings and welcome to an LGR thing involving Doom running on devices that are unusual. This is the Kodak Digital Science DC260 Zoom camera, released around June of 1998 for an asking price of $999 US dollars, or around $1,577 adjusted for inflation. And on the surface, this was a pretty typical late 90s camera for consumer market. Kind of a
See, this is why I like having the chat,
mid-range,
because I
not
had
the
an
best,
idea of
but
what I
certainly
wanted
not
to do.
cheap. You get a 1.6
stream.
megapixel sensor, autofocusing,
then y'all get in here and start
3x
talking about
optical
crap,
zoom lens,
and here
and
we
a whole
are.
bunch of other cool stuff.
We're
Compact
looking at
flash,
Doom on
memory
pregnancy
card
tests and on
storage
digital cameras.
to store your flash pics and JPEG format photos, and connections all over the place, serial and infrared, but also USB. In fact, this was one of the first digital cameras on the consumer space to actually use USB that I can find.
Fascinating.
Anyway. But that's just all
Guess we
camera
can
stuff.
learn
We're
about
not
this
really going to be
camera,
looking
too.
at that, at least in this video. I might cover it again in the future, just to look at it in terms of how it performs as a retro camera. But it's all the stuff inside, and in particular, the Digita OS. It's got this digital science thing, but yeah, Digita OS is what it runs, and that is something released
YouTube
by
holds the
Flashlight
strangest things for
Technology
review.
in 1997, and this was an initiative to have the power of a desktop.
That comment shows
computer
now, right?
without all the
Have the
desktop
entire
computer
stream be
stuff.
like,
Just
will
stick
Doom
all
run
these
on
image
this
editing
random ass
manipulation
object?
things
Because I hit
in the
show,
camera itself.
but I don't see any
So
change on
users
my
could do
screen.
things like review, edit, and share photos directly from your camera, but developers could also develop third-party apps that could be installed to the camera itself.
We'll just
Which
go
is
ahead
really
and pin it.
forward-thinking stuff for the 90s. I mean, good grief. Downloading apps to augment your
Gen
camera.
X
I mean, that
official
took
music
years for that
languages
kind of
and
thing to be
nature
commonplace.
hashtag
And the reason that is
something
possible
has
is
just
because
subscribed.
inside of
Thank
this
you.
thing is
Thank
actually
you for
running
subscribing.
a 66
Oh, yeah, it's your whole
megahertz
name there.
PowerPC MPC 823 CPU, 8 megabytes of RAM, and 11
8
kilohertz
megabytes
sound
of RAM.
input and output. This is kind of like having
8
an
whole
older
megabytes.
Macintosh computer, like a Power PC, in a digital camera. It's pretty nuts. Like, I have the Macintosh, the Power Mac 6100, and it's got really similar specs. 66 megahertz Power PC CPU, and it's got more RAM. 'cause
No.
upgraded it.
So
But
I did look into
it's
that, and
capable of
YouTube
running
just
Power
blocks
PC
all
stuff
links that
under
are
this
not
Digita
sent
OS.
by,
You
I believe, like a
combine that
moderator
with,
or
that
myself.
sound and the little D-pad
They just automatically
here,
block them.
and the 2-inch
And I
TFT
can't change
LCD
it.
with 288 by 216 resolution, and you've got yourself an interesting little
Sim
machine here.
Rig,
So of course
I
we're going
am
to install
100% sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, is the Welsh language in Welsh pronounced.
We're going to start
Oh
with
yeah,
Doom,
there's the
because, that's the title of the
and then the
video.
pronunciations
Yeah,
at the end.
Really, all you need
That's
is
funny.
this camera itself and the normal
Come raid.
stuff that goes along with it, like a compact flash card,
I don't
card
even-
reader. As well work
I'm gonna
with
say
other
that wrong, and it's gonna
DC200
sound
series
weird on
cameras.
stream.
Not the DC220, really, it doesn't have enough memory, but the other ones, as well as some other cameras from Minolta, HP, and Pentax. But yeah, we're just gonna look at this one right here. Really, the first thing to do is just take your CF card, plug that into the reader, and then get that
I
going.
just searched
in
Will Doom
whatever
Run.
your computer system is that has a capability of reading these cards. And then you'll need some zip files from the developers of this source port of Doom, or Doom.
I need to do a
as it's known,
Pokemon stream,
put together
honestly.
by Jim Serene and
I don't know
Scott
how
Angel.
Nintendo
I also did
handles
some
that
other
stuff
things
'cause they're
like,
weird.
MAME and MESS
But
ports
there's
to
definitely
this
some
camera,
cool
so I have to try those out later. But yeah, we're just gonna go
YouTube
with Doom
videos
for now.
regarding Pokemon. I
And
would love
it's
to sit and
extremely
watch on
simple.
stream.
You just extract the CAM application file into the system folder on the compact flash card, and then you copy the Doom WAD into the base directory of the card itself, and that's it. The camera will take care of everything else.
Am I
We'll be
pregnant?
trying some other things in addition to Doom, but for now, let's just get this thing plugged into the wall and powered on.
Why Doom runs on everything?
So while this does support 4 AA batteries for getting power normally,
Probably has
it's
to do with
not
the
really
old
optimized
game
for
engine they
doing
used on it.
so with the
Super
LCD
universal.
turned on. Like, it'll last a
But
while
yeah,
if you're just
I'll take a
using
look.
Viewfinder, normal camera stuff, but we're going to be
Curse
playing
of the
Doom on here,
keyboard.
so I'm going to be plugging in the AC adapter that it came with, and just sort of forgetting the whole battery situation. And that's pretty much that. We'll just put it into review mode
And that's
here,
pretty much it.
power it on, and yeah, this will be the thing where you normally go into messing around with your images and whatnot, just sort of looking at what's on
What?
the camera, of course. Checking out the memory card and
That's so old.
options and things. And yeah, this is pretty much
Man, I remember old
the
digital
Digita
cameras.
OS. And it's all the stuff that you normally do on a digital camera, including camera-to-camera infrared transfers. Ooh. But anyway.
Oh, that's like the
this
the
is
Game
really
Boy Colors could do.
yeah, the applications
with the infrared
section, which
transfers.
is normally unpopulated with anything, but of course we've installed Doom, so we're going to start Doom. And so yeah, you just sort of start it up, click the power button really
Cliffhanger
quick,
Ghost one. It never
and it'll
happened.
boot into this application. And it takes a second to load here, but you know, it's a digital camera. We can forgive it.
It has 8 megabytes of RAM, so yeah.
There we go.
Bro.
We've got Doom running on a Kodak digital camera from 1998.
He's
So,
way too
yeah,
happy
zoom
about
in
that.
here a little bit. So the demo is playing in the background there. We've got sound,
All right, so how are you going to control it?
got the volume wheel right there, and these buttons are your enter and escape keys. I believe that's enter, yeah. Menu
Okay.
is escape. We can bring up the
That's
main
so
menu
cool
here, yeah,
seeing
and
that
you
on
can
that
see
tiny
it
little
just
screen.
straight up Doom. It's just a port of Doom. There is no music. I assume that Kodak didn't exactly worry about like a general MIDI implementation when they designed this thing, so that's fine.
Why don't you play
We're
Doom
gonna
on
start
something
getting
from
here.
before
Deep
Doom
in
was
the
made?
Dead,
Yeah, that's
episode
an interesting
1.
idea.
Yeah, we'll do Hurt Me Plenty. Why not? And well, here's something that's kind of weird. I don't know if you can hear this. Yeah, there's like a squeaking sound coming out of the speaker when nothing else is going on, or really just about all the time. I don't know if that's like capacitors being weird or who knows what. Anyway, it's there. Can't
Oh, that
really
is
get
so
rid of it.
cool.
I've tried. But yeah,
Highly
here we
impractical,
go.
but
We
it's
got
cool
Doom.
nonetheless.
Got the little D-pad down here that is perfectly functional.
How do you
it's
shoot?
Not great, but it works. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's a digital camera playing Doom. We got this zoom wheel up here, so that
Oh,
does
okay.
shooting, and then like telephoto goes to open things. So we'll go to the door here and open this up.
Yeah, the shoot button. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's like a little flick up there.
And you know, it actually runs pretty decently. You know, it's about on par with what my my Macintosh 6100 is, and that makes total sense.
All right.
I believe this is map. Yeah, that opens this.
We don't
So
need to
maybe
watch this whole thing.
run
Actually, I want to
mode.
look up that other one.
A little too much.
Why?
And we have this here for switching between weapons. I don't really have anything but fists and pistols right.
Is it this one here? Why Doom runs on anything? Everything?
Hello Spartans, welcome back. Throughout the history of
Why do you
mankind,
call
we
us
have
Spartans?
discovered several forces that reign over our universe, such as the speed of light known as c, the gravitational constant known as g, and the fact that Doom runs on basically anything you can imagine.
You don't say!
It has gotten to the point where people around the world believe that they can actually run Doom using their brains. And well,
I
the
would
results have
assume
been
you
really
could if you had a way
interesting, say
to
the
make it
least.
compatible.
Doom is by far the most ported game in the history of video games.
You don't say!
Both Skyrim and Resident Evil 4 are nothing compared to how many times Doom has been ported. The PlayStation, Super Nintendo, Sega 32X, Atari Jaguar, Sega Saturn, the list goes on. However,
Those are all
all of
just
those
official
ports
ones.
for Doom were officially licensed by developers with a budget of a couple $100,000 and were made for hardware having video games in mind. Well, in some cases.
I think I can smell shite.
Some of the Doom ports made for consoles are literally cash grabs and others are masterpieces in their own right. Yet, they pale in comparison to the ports made by the community. People have been able to run Doom on a printer, Doom runs and is even playable on a
printer.
mother freaking car, and you can even run Doom inside of Doom.
Inside of Doom.
What?
Pero con
That's awesome.
chingados. But why and how? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. If you want Doom to forever run on everything, leave a huge like on this video and subscribe to join the Spartan army. Anyways, take a seat, grab your copy of Mother Freaking Doom, and let's dive straight into hell. This video was sponsored by Gamersubs. Use code MIDNIGHT to get amazing shakers and delicious drinks. Gamersubs helps you stay focused and consistent on whatever you are doing. Gaming, working, etc. Every time you use my code, my friends, we're getting one step closer on getting our own flavor Spartan Piss and even our own shaker. When that happens, everyone that used my code will be forever tattooed on my wall. Thank you for the amazing support. I really hope you enjoy. If you
I always
grew
love
up
that
through
clip.
the 1990s, then you would
I just changed the
remember
name
that
of
Doom
the
was
stream
basically
because
everywhere.
obviously I'm not looking at
school,
food stuff
your
to
house,
not a
your friend's
Tetris
house,
stream.
It didn't matter.
It doesn't matter!
If there was a computer present, it had Doom installed, because that's how it should be. It's the curse of
Because
nature.
that's how it
But
should be.
why? Why did
Definitely
Doom
in the
became
90s.
such an omnipresent entity in the 90s? Well, to know that, my friends, we need to go back in time to the late 1980s. Inside the offices of a small company known as Softis,
I love how
which was a company
game
that
development
sent disc
offices were just like
magazines
these
or
random little holes in the
magazines
wall
to
back in the
subscribers
day.
via mail about tech. John Romero joined the company in March of 1989 as a programmer, and in July of 1990, he persuaded the company on creating its own PC games division. What a chat move. Bravo. A division which was later named Gamer's Edge. Romero had been creating games since 1980 and was an absolute genius when coming up for ideas for his next projects. With the new gaming division
I
in place in
played
the
that
company,
game.
Romero hired John Carmack into the department, moved Adrian Carmack from Softis art division, and persuaded Tom Hull to help in the
These same
development
people
of games at
made
Nite.
one of my
This
favorite
was the
game series of all
beginning a
time,
small
Commander
group
Keen.
called IFD, which stands for Ideas from the Deep, a name that John Romero came up with, another Softisk employee. On a night of September in 1990, John Carmack, alongside his computer, an NES, a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3, and a pepperoni pizza. No antojen, por favor, tengo hambre. That night, John Carmack and his black magic did the
And his
impossible.
black
He was
magic.
able to develop a fully functional side-scrolling game for PC. Side-scrolling games such as Mega Man, Super Metroid, and Super Mario Bros. Were by far the most popular games throughout the 1980s, and were basically the games that set home consoles as the primary platform for video games. Back in that era,
they kind of still
PCs
do
were
when it
still
comes to
pretty
Mario.
prehistoric. They didn't have
See ya,
the
Gen X.
hardware to run these types of video games. The workload was just too much.
Thanks for
the
stopping by, and
components to
thanks for
handle.
subscribing.
In that regard, my friends, PCs were seen primarily as workstations instead of equipment for entertainment.
Deus
The
Ex is one of my
primary reason why
favorite
computers couldn't
franchises.
run
Love
these
those
types of
games so much.
was because they didn't have the power to redraw every frame as the character moved along. And the first guy to find a solution to this specific problem would become, to put it simply, a goddamn legend, as the gaming industry was still focused on a single platform, that being home consoles. Resolving this issue meant that PCs would become a worthy platform to develop video games, moving the entire industry
Did
to
people
a new
actually
era
do
of
this?
technology.
No.
For a long time, nobody in the world was able to come up with a solution to this problem, and I know why. Those people weren't simply John fucking Carmack. This 20-year-old kid came up with a new technique called adaptive tile refresh, which means that all the static elements that never change in the game became fixed. This meant that computers wouldn't have the need to redraw these elements frame by frame, taking a lot of the workload off the computer. A pretty simple fix.
Yeah, I'm
that
still
John
hoping we
Carmack
get
came up
a
with in
new
one single
Deus
night.
Ex.
Ecstatic, Carmack
They
showed
were
his
supposed
new
to be
discovery
working on
to
something
Tom
after
Hall,
all
and in
those
one
franchises
night,
were
yet
sold to
again,
that
they remade the first
investment
level of
company or
Super Mario
whatever.
Bros. 3 for PC. Afterwards, they showed Romero what they had done, and he was, to put it simply, flabbergasted. Like I said before, side-scrollers were the games that had consoles as the principal platform for gaming. But now that it was possible to run these types of games
Kinda
in
interesting
PC,
seeing this
Carmack, Hall,
Dangerous
and
Dave.
Romero were sitting on a freaking gold mine. Shortly after, Carmack and
Oh,
Romero
fat
began
little
porting
Mario.
most of the game to PC, and when they had a good chunk of levels already ported, they got in touch with Nintendo and asked them if they could launch the port. And well, Nintendo basically said, "Oh, yes, thank you. Very nice. Very, very nice. Well, te me sales a la chingada de mi oficina.
That's
¿Cómo voy a
awesome.
poner mis juegos en tu pinche plataforma? Nintendo para siempre, imbécil." Which is ironic because just a couple of years later, Nintendo begged its software to give them the okay on making a Doom port for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but
which
that
is
brought it
one
to
of the
their
worst
console.
ports for
That's the
Doom
difference.
ever created, and is literally a cash grab.
Obviously, it
Well,
didn't hurt
that's
Nintendo very much to
definitely
not put Mario on
If you
PC.
want to see that video, leave a huge like, my friend. Thank you. Anyhow, after this huge technological leap, Carmack, Romero, Hall, and Carmack developed their own version of Super Mario Bros., that being Commander Keen, and published it
Commander
through
Keen,
Apogee
that's my
Software.
boy.
The game was, to put it simply, a colossal hit. It was such a big deal for the little IFD group
I was playing-
that after
it was the
receiving their
only
very
game
first
that I was
royalty
into
check,
on
all
PC.
of them said goodbye to Softdisk, and in February of 1991, they founded id Software. This
Yeah.
company has such an important role in the history of video games. Most of the things you play now came to be thanks to the brilliant minds of its creators, especially John Carmack and John
What?
Romero.
No
After
way.
the success of Commander Keen, Romero took a more artistic approach on the creation of video games, as he was the mastermind behind the design, and Carmack
How are
became
you
the
half an hour
brains of the
behind?
company.
Just, like,
In
not
this
hit
video, I want
live
to
or something?
focus more on John Carmack than John Romero, so I apologize to all of my Romero stands. I'm sorry. To put it simply, my friends, John freaking Carmack is a
John
fucking
freaking
genius,
Carmack.
and most, if not all, the things he has done still have an impact on this industry of video games. This absolute unit came up with several
I love
techniques to keep pushing
this
gaming
absolute
into what
unit.
it
Love
is
it.
today. To name a few examples, he came up with adaptive tile refresh for Commander Keen, raycasting for Hover Tank 3D, Catacombs 3D, and Wolfenstein 3D, binary space partitioning for Doom, and surface catching for Quake. Carmack came up with all of these different techniques on his own. Therefore, if it wasn't for this wizard, things like Half-Life and Call of Duty would have never even existed.
What?
There was a point in the industry where basically everything that was coming out had its roots back on its software, especially John Carmack. Of course, Carmack licensed
It is
all
kind of
that
insane how one
technology he
person
came
can have
up
such a
with,
big
and no
impact
wonder
on the
the
whole
man gave
industry
one
and
of his
genres.
supercars at QuakeCon 1997 1997 as a prize for a tournament of Quake. He was basically swimming in money at that point. Anyhow, with the release of Wolfenstein 3D, id Software blew to stardom, and with the revenue they got from Wolfenstein, they decided that their next game was going to be the best ever made, a before and after in the industry of video games. And well, the 10th of December of 1993, one day before my birthday, let me tell you, id Software released Doom to the world. Now, you do not need me to tell you just how awesome Doom was, but I'll do it anyways. Doom had it all. Gore, weapons, atmosphere, fast as fuck gameplay, and a cool as hell soundtrack. Before Doom, there was simply nothing like it. Doom was such a phenomenon that basically most, if not all of the console manufacturers wanted a port of Doom for their system.
We are gonna
Doom
make
was
millions.
such a hit that it was installed on more computers than Windows 95. It was so big that even Bill Gates used Doom as a marketing strategy
Oh my
to
God,
sell
that's so
Windows 95.
Don't interrupt me.
Okay.
It didn't help
Don't
at
interrupt
all
me.
that Doom was spread as shareware as well, which meant that you could download 1/3 of the game on the internet or get it by mail. With all of this, slowly but surely, people began getting accustomed to the idea that Doom ran on basically any computing device they owned. In the 1990s, it was basically a meme that Doom ran on basically anything you saw. And on a day of 1997, this meme skyrocketed. John Carmack did the unthinkable. He uploaded the source code of Doom to the internet, meaning that anyone with a computer could tweak the code of the game as they pleased. Little side note, my friends, but this was the source code of the Linux version of Doom. Carmack couldn't release the source code of the MS-DOS and Windows 95 versions of Doom, as it would have been copyright infringement, and Daddy Microsoft would have been very angry, as those were the operating systems that pretty much 99% of the world used at the time. However, the community was able to port this version of Doom to MS-DOS and Windows 95 rather quickly, giving access to pretty much anyone who owned a computer.
Kind of like a
in the
challenge,
day
like here's the
power
source
to
code,
modify
see what
the
you can
Doom
do with
code
it.
as they wanted. Also, the Doom code was written in the programming language known as C, which was created in 1970. And pretty much every single electronic device in the world can run the C language. It is that prehistoric.
Yeah, it's basically the
There's
foundation
even a
of
meme
all
that the C language was
other languages.
written in C as well, meaning that if I wanted to, I could probably run Doom in this Mirage controller.
That is correct.
All of this means that if you want to port Doom to a device that runs on C, you do not need to heavily modify the code to your needs or adapt it to run on a ton of different devices. Also, from a more technical standpoint, Doom was developed before 3D accelerators were good enough to render 3D graphics in real time, meaning that it had to fake a lot of things in the game to give us that
it was like
three-dimensional
designed
feel.
to basically
Nowadays,
work
my
on
friends,
anything
we
without
even
them
have
realizing that's what they were doing.
supercomputers in our pockets that blow 1990s hardware out of the park. This tiny little thing is more powerful than this, 1,000 times more powerful to say the least. All of this is what gave birth to the religious ideology of trying to run
The
Doom
religious
on basically
ideology.
anything
I mean,
that
it kind of
comes
is.
across our paths. Like, for example, Doom runs on a Pocketbook 360. Doom
Oh, that's
runs
cool.
on an iPod Nano, an MP3 player, a mother freaking oscilloscope, an LED billboard, on this weird looking tablet. Doom runs on a freaking airplane, a cell phone. Yes, you guessed it, Doom runs on a goddamn printer, as well as on a mother freaking piano, baby boy.
Oh my
On
gosh.
a camera from the 90s. Doom also runs on an Apple Watch, on the touch bar of a MacBook Pro. Doom runs
On a
whatever
touch
the
bar?
hell this thing is. Doom runs on an Optimus Maximus with mods installed. Doom runs inside of motherfucking Doom, and Doom even runs inside of Minecraft.
Oh my gosh.
If Doom runs on everything, does
I
that
love
mean
that it runs inside of
is
Doom.
everything? I'll leave you that as homework for the next video. Thank you so much
Pretty
for
awesome.
watching, my friends. Have a great day. Stay safe. Adios. Bye.
I like this guy. Wonder what else he does. He says, I do Halo 5, Destiny, and Gears of War 4 videos. Well, That might be a little out of date, I would think. Can you run Doom in Doom in Doom? That might be the end of the universe. Doom is sadly not getting a new game. Do not play Doom's most traumatizing mod. That does look kind of crazy, actually. Moon Man, Doom's most controversial mod. What was the one you talked about? Doom Triception? Something's wrong. Yeah, it looks like it. Dang, this guy really likes Doom. Holy crap. I would say like 75% of his videos are Doom videos. I mean, that's cool. He probably knows his stuff and probably makes good stuff. MyHouse.wave. Okay. So I wonder if he's got one. I always forget. Can you search within a channel? He does have one. I mean, I would assume, because that's like all he does. Doom's most disturbing mod. Oh, that is a long video.
For the last couple of weeks, a ton of you, my friends, have been asking me to check this really interesting
We'll check it out, but I
Doom
don't think I'll
mod
end up watching the whole
called
thing tonight.
MyHouse.wad, which has been causing a sensation all over the Doom forums and social media, telling me that this WAD is going to change my life, and that it is also very disturbingly bizarre, which is my bread and butter, of course. It's been half a year since I last made a Doom-disturbing video, so I thought that MyHouse.wad would be the perfect Doom mod to come back to this series. If you believe MyHouse.wad is a great Doom mod, slap the like button and let me know down below in the comments what's the most disturbingly terrifying Doom WAD you have ever played. If I played that WAD on the next episode, I will feature all the comments that mention that WAD on the video. Anyways, let's grab our pistol, get into the yard, and dive straight into my house. This video was sponsored by
Anime Titties.
Use
I mean,
code Midnight to get 10% off your order. Thank you for the support, and I really hope you enjoy. This story begins the 3rd of March 2023 on the forums of Doom World. Junior member going by the name of Vetch made a post called My House that said the following: excited to finally release this tribute map. Last August I lost a good childhood friend of mine and took it pretty hard. When I was visiting my hometown for his funeral, I connected with his parents, who shared with me some of his old belongings. Among them was a copy of an old map of his backed up on an old 3.5 floppy disk from high school. Thomas and I were into M2 Doom mapping in the early 2000s, but I had never seen this map prior to uncovering it on one of the old floppy disks. As a way to paying tribute to him and all the great memories we had together, I took the plunge and installed the Doom Builder in order to polish up his map and add a few modern amenities just for convenience sake. Making maps of your house was all the rage back in the day, but I felt like this is a pretty adorable and detailed tribute to my friend and a great way to share something of him with a community we loved. Miss you, Tom. After reading the post, I went straight to the WAD file and installed it. What I found was rather interesting. Inside the Google Drive, you will find a journal written by Vetch, or Steve Nelson, which details what Steve felt and went through while adding things to MyHouse.wad. One thing to note here is that the further you read through his journal, the more you can see and feel that Steve was becoming insane. I took more time off of work to finish the map. After 13 years, I've got the horse, but more important, the map needs me. Without my guiding hand, the map doesn't know what to build, but I can help it.
Interesting.
guided. It seems to respond to my designs, changing them
I feel
to
like
match my emotional
obviously there's probably
state.
some
It knows what I'm feeling.
storytelling going on
It
with it.
knows what Thomas felt, but more on that later. Another thing to note here is that Thomas was probably mentally unstable, writing things about sadness, death, and despair on his diary, with also expressing those thoughts in the form of sketches. For example, Thomas made this drawing of his house and another about this dog. I think this sketch speaks for itself. He also made a sketch about a blue keycard, and the more I look into it, the more uncomfortable it makes me feel. I just can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something strange about this blue keycard. Anyways, I think it's time we start business.
I do really like this kind of what would you call it? But these kind of stories within like games and
This journey begins with a strangely long load time. I mean, we're talking about Doom here, one of the most optimized games out in the market since the 1990s. So this struck me on a strange way, but it doesn't matter that much. And finally, we arrive to the house, or my house, or Tom's house, with the beautiful Doom 2 soundtrack welcoming our arrival. Instead of entering the house like any normal person would do, I went straight ahead into the open garage and found myself a
that's the very gamer
chainsaw.
thing to do.
Nice. Now, I gotta be honest, now that I'm in the process of searching for a house for myself and my family, I really like the design of this house. The yard is immense, it has a well-fenced perimeter, and the house looks to be
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
very
actually kind of a nice
spacious
house.
itself. In other words, my dream house. I open a garage door that leads inside the house, and I found myself some living prey. Remember, this is motherfucking
Gotta
Doom,
love those
and
sound
Doom
effects.
wouldn't be Doom without having demons in it. So I grabbed my guns and began blasting away. This house, or my house, was filled with demons. Every room and every bathroom and every corner had demons crawling in them. So I made sure I killed every single one of them before I began investigating. I also found a PlayStation 1 in the floor, which reminded me of the sweet 1990s.
The
The
1990s.
memories. While running through the house, I found a yellow keycard in this luxurious bathroom. I wonder what this is for. I went
I love that
downstairs
animation.
through the garage and found the house basement full of demons again. Filled them up with lead and found the yellow door, which led me to another bathroom that had the red keycard. Went upstairs to the laundry room that has the red door and found the blue keycard, the one key I need to end the game. And that's what I did.
Music is good. My house finished.
I was expecting something
Oh,
else
wait.
to happen in this loading
What is
screen,
this?
but I just went straight to E1 M2 underholes. Knowing that I failed extremely hard, I restarted my house, but now on nightmare difficulty. Boy was I stupid. In my second playthrough,
Boy, was I
did
stupid.
pretty much the same thing. Killed all the demons and grabbed the yellow and red keycards. Right before
I thought he said
going for the
Jello
blue
for a second,
keycard, I
and he said
began
yellow.
to notice very strange things happening in the house, or my house. The chainsaw was gone. It was there on my first playthrough, but it's now missing. I noticed
Okay.
a soul sphere right outside, and because I am a doomer at heart, I just can't say no to a soul sphere, so I went outside to grab it and saw this. I'm sure I cleared the entire house, but for some reason,
messing
not
with
only
his
are the demons
head.
back inside with no one's two-legged chain gunner, but the house has also changed. There's new paintings hanged on the wall on the garage and living room. The PlayStation 1 has been replaced by a Series X. The doors now open on a strange, non-Doom way. Mirrors now have reflections, but I can see myself in them, like if I didn't exist at all. Also, have you noticed something weird with my guns? If you are well keened in Doom modding, you would have noticed that the animations from the weapons are from the mod called Smooth Doom, letting us know that something has changed on a fundamental level. But we still need to move forward. So I went to the only place I haven't checked, that being the red door that leads to the blue keycard. And to my surprise, it now leads to the
attic?
attic?
Uh-huh. Getting creepy.
This is really creepy. If I have to be honest, I've always found attics that have like this type of configuration with a window to see outside to be really creepy. And do not take it from me, but from horror movies like The Conjuring, that shit gave me nightmares.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
to see here.
Great movie.
Cardboard boxes that do basically
What the
a
heck?
la verga.
Whoa.
What's that supposed to be? How do I grab that? Well, I honestly have no idea. What I can get from this is that somehow, some way, I need to grab that Christmas sphere. I went downstairs to the living room to see if I could do anything
This is actually
else,
pretty
and
awesome.
to my surprise, the door that led to the porch and the garage disappeared. Wait a minute. Where's the door to go to the outside? It's gone. Now it's a green.
And you picked it up?
Did I just put on the green shirt? But then I remember that there
This is
was
a good
door
video
in the
idea,
service room
Sky.
downstairs that led
This
to
is
the
pretty
garage
awesome.
upstairs. So I went to check if it was still there, and it was gone too. How can I go outside now? Well, I was thinking what I should do next. This happened for some reason. The entrances are all gone. Do not scare me like that again. Ah!
This is kind of crazy.
What the? This is the point in my journey where I felt really uncomfortable.
Oh, look,
If
it's
you
going
are
liminal.
well-versed on internet culture, especially on the whole liminal spaces and the back rooms, then you would notice that this whole section of the mod takes
Yeah.
direct inspiration from this image right here. A built-in Holiday Inn hotel at the London airport. Hello?
Hello.
What
He
should
starts,
I do?
right?
Alright.
Well, I guess that's why it took so long to complete. It's a dog.
Pinche.
Why are you shooting the dog? Don't
Do
shoot the
not
dog.
kill me. Why are you following me? This is the part of the game where I felt the most lost. I just didn't know what I had to do. It didn't help at all that there was a German Shepherd following me around, barking right in my ear the entire time. The unsettling feel of being on this strange place with a dog that could very well be a creature from hell ready to tear my face open just made me feel very on edge. Stop. I do not trust you.
I do
Why
not trust
do
you.
you
I like
stare
it.
at me like that? But that didn't matter.
No spoilers,
What
Sky.
did was that I needed to keep moving forward. And moving forward I did. Straight into this.
Oh, there's the drawing.
Stop.
This is the drawing.
Good dog.
Good dog.
Good dog. Nice little doggy. No, wait. But there's the dog. And there's the other dog. Ah! Now, you may have noticed that this place doesn't make any sense at all. So, I'm gonna let this next clip speak for itself. Okay, I'm gonna try and go. Okay, I can go from here, apparently. We're going down, then upwards.
It's all changed.
What? But if the exit is there, and I just came from here, be careful.
There's the doggy.
¿Qué? I'm tripping. I don't know what type of black magic Steve did while making this, but it fucked with my brain really hard, to the point where I began feeling unwell as I tried to decipher this puzzle. And you would think that after having this hellhound running at me the entire time, and a maze-like brutally structure that makes me feel very vulnerable, weak and small, you would believe that the game would give me a breather, but no. Instead,
It always gets worse.
Gives me stuff like this.
Oh, yes.
What the hell? ¿Qué vergas fue eso? Thanks, game. Now I feel like someone is watching me the entire time. There's still a place that I hadn't explored, and that was the Hellhound's lair. So I grabbed my shotgun and my balls in the process and decided to make a run for it. But how to do it? Oh, where am I? 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 Oh, going upstairs, downstairs now, here. Am I safe? There's a chair I can use to go back. Do not. Okay, I can go.
There you go.
No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Sound is pretty good.
Now where should I go? Left or right? I was able to reach this weird tunnel.
Yeah, I have a
I
feeling about something, but I want to wait and see.
Okay, God. Fuck you.
That's a fall.
And what did I find, you may ask? Well, another hole. And if you're wondering, yes, I descended even further below, only to be surprised that I didn't descend at all. And the good puppy was happy to see I was back too. So, some way, in my desperate attempt to escape, I was able to find this secret passageway. I ran inside the tunnel and reached this.
And entered Halo.
Boy.
No.
Where?
What?
¿Dónde vergas es? What? What just happened? For those wondering,
It's just like a
yes,
constant,
this
where am I?
parking lot is an entire loop. Not only that, but now I need to go upstairs to what seems to be an airport.
I think.
Oh yes, America. Lebanon, Puerto Vallarta. Oh, we're on an airport, right? I guess now I'm on an airport. I began on a house. What? I think one of the most horrific places to be is an empty airport in the middle of the night. But well, we have to keep moving forward. I went through some security lines.
I like when he shows the
made
little
middle
the guy's
detectors
animation.
go because I was scaring
Yeah,
half of
that's
America's
what I was
national
kind of
up my
figuring,
ass.
but I
went
didn't want to
to your
say.
typical airport
Kinda
store
leave it
to
up
get
in the air.
some overvalued goodies. Cola. And then I went to the bathroom because that's what you do when you are at the airport, right? But well, you know, this game really likes to fuck with me. So before I move forward, I'll let this clip do the honors.
Yo.
Wait,
Yo. This is so
What
cool.
the
Oh my god.
Oh,
Man, the time that was put into
Okay.
creating this
that
whole
was
scenario.
extreme. That was pinche juego idiota estúpido puñetas. I wasn't
Something was stupid.
expecting that, not a single bit. Also, What the hell are those things supposed to be? I've never seen them once in my entire life. Good thing they are dead now. I
And
then
good thing-
explored the
I like it.
women's bathroom, expecting to be ambushed by more monsters, but all I found was this toilet filled with blood. What's up with the blood, man? I thought I could go down this way where the luggage comes from, but I'm just too big to go inside. I then noticed that there was a flight that was going home, but it was cancelled. Sort of. Anyways, I went through gate 4 and
Can't stand
entered
lid.
the plane.
Nice.
Now, this whole section
Creepy
made me feel extremely anxious. And I am not talking about the sound of the engines growing intensely. That's alright. But by the fact that there was no pilot in the cabin, and more so because of this sound.
Something bad gonna happen.
Signaling that if you do not do something, it's game over. And I didn't want something blasting right in my ears. I despise that. Luckily, one of the emergency
I love
exits
when he
was
uses the
open.
little
All
the
I
dude's
needed to do
animation
was
for
dive
his
straight
essentially like an
into my
emoji.
demise. And that's what I did. This is it. Let's go. I love this game. Not only was my house empty, but the attic was now gone. Nowhere to be seen. Like if it never existed in the first place. I guess I will never have that Christmas fear. Big sad. The doors that led to
Big
the
sad.
outside were back, so I guess it's game over, right? I can't find anything. Ha! Navidson Realty for sale, sold. What?
Huh. What's up, Weldon?
34 minutes for that one.
Yeah. I started out playing Tetris while I was
Now,
waiting
you
for
might
people
be
to show up.
wondering inside your head, what was
And that turned
all
into
about?
us,
Is this
checking
really
out
it? Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, my friends, but everything you have
Some
watched
video game
up
stuff.
until this point was me failing horribly in trying to beat my house.wad. Not because I was bad at the game, but because everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong.
He did
So
everything
I decided
wrong.
to go back inside and try something that I was afraid to do when I was in this endless illogical
Pretty good.
mass of
Originally, this was
concrete
going to be like a
that
food
big.
stream. I
Throwing
sometimes like to
myself
watch
into the
videos
abyss,
for like
because if this
street
game has taught me
street,
anything, is that you need to think outside
street
of the
vendors like
box
food
to
and
beat
stuff
it.
and
so,
various cooking
back
things.
inside I went.
But
In this third
while I was
playthrough,
waiting for
I
people to
wanted
show up, I
experiment.
played Tetris, and then
knew I
people
was
showed up.
not
We started
ready
talking about
to be
video
a
games,
gamer,
and
as
somehow
I
got
still
onto this
found it really
creepy
hard to
Doom mod.
understand what I was supposed to do. So the only thing I could think about was, what if I threw myself into the endless abyss of the hotel? Well, here goes nothing.
No way.
Yes, I hate this. Now, this was something entirely new. Trying to kill myself in this game spawned me in this endless loop of staircases. It didn't matter if I went further down or upwards. All I could
Oh, wow.
found was a door that led me to 3 different areas. A place I will call heaven, another set of staircases, and whatever this thing is.
Hell?
What?
Jump. Do it.
What am I seeing? That's my house, right? I can see my Series X. I love how
I
this
can
mod
see
likes
my
to
Series
put you
X.
in the most uncomfortable situations. When I reached this infinite staircase, all I could think about was the movie called The Incident, where 2 men are trapped inside an infinite staircase for 35 years. I'm not
Good
going
God.
to spoil the movie for you, but I do recommend
Yeah, I kinda
that
like
you
those kind of
watch it.
movies.
Anyways, I decided to go through this door and found myself in my house once again. What? What the hell, man? I'm gonna go back to the attic and see
What
if
the
something
hell?
changed.
Did you get the
not
thing?
really.
No, still need to get it.
Everything's still the same. The doors that led to the outside are still not there, so I guess there's still much to do. Great. While I was searching through my house, I noticed something strange. This room was not here before. In fact, this is not even possible in the first
I don't
place,
actually know the numbers
because
for
this
most
door
SCP
leads
stuff.
straight
I only
into
really
another
casually
room that should be in
like
this
watch some
space
playthroughs of
right
it.
here. What the hell is even going on? But on we go. I opened the door and I entered this room that I had never seen before. Inside this room I found a fireplace, couches, a pretty nice view, and a Pepsi can from the
A
80s.
Pepsi can.
I want pop. Now I really want some pop. It's strange because I've been grabbing
Houses
these
look
few
really
items
cool in
since I began the
Doom.
level, but I have no idea what they are used for, if they have any use at all. I still need that Christmas sphere, so the game will not be truly over until I get it. I go outside the room and another door appears. Fantastic. I opened it and this fancy monochrome looking living room greets me in advance.
Creepy.
This space feels weird,
Yeah.
like it's lost in time or something. The only thing of value in here is this milkshake, further developing the idea that I need to search for more items to beat the game inside my head, like if this was just another Slender game of sorts. Anyways, I head back outside and I heard something that was
What if
simply
it-
not right.
I like the ambient. What? That's not good.
There's a noise coming from the outside of the house, or maybe from downstairs. I go down to the basement and see that a bookshelf reveals
Nice
a
pool
secret
table.
doorway, a secret room with some cat litter trays on the floor and a broken power box. I wonder what would happen if I pressed the action button beside it. Only one way to find out, I guess.
Oh.
What?
That's not good. Oh, you did something bad.
Somehow, I blew up my house, and demons unknown to mankind overran it. Being that this is my house, there was only one thing I could do. Kill them all. Get away from my house.
Sitting here listening to this with, yeah, somehow I blew up my house. Like, listening to this game with earbuds in,
The
like, you kind of appreciate
While I
Doom
was
had some pretty good sound
exterminating
effects,
my
even if they weren't, like,
invaders, I was
HD
able
or
to find
anything.
3 different items in my burnt out house. A teddy bear, a ruined picture, and a diary. After killing everyone, I went downstairs and noticed that the skybox looked very different from upstairs. Down here, it looked grey and washed out, and upstairs, it looked like hell on earth. But that's not all. Something strange began happening in the basement. All of a
Bro,
sudden, all
somebody
the color and
somebody
identity
put
of the
way
house
too much.
was
I mean, like, it's
stripped
great,
away.
but way too much work into this. Like, who can come up with all this?
All that remained was the concrete the house was made of. Not only was this bizarre, but it was also oddly disturbing. Everything just blends so well together that you do not truly know where you are. One small misstep and you could be lost forever in this endless section of rooms and hallways. The house was still locked up, yet I remembered that good old door
Yeah,
in
right.
the basement service room that leads to the garage upstairs. So I went there and, well, just to watch.
Outside? No. Oh.
What?
Oh my God. No way.
I was back
His reaction is just
Square
going,
one.
"What?"
Desperate, I went through the parking lot, entered the airport, boarded the plane, killed some monsters that freaked me the hell out. Oh, the fuck? Jumped out of the plane and arrived to my house once again. Is it my house really? It's empty and burned out.
Traveler.
I guess this isn't my house anymore. With nothing more to do, not even being able to reach the attic because it's destroyed, I go outside and finish the game.
Once again, he did it wrong.
Tired of not being able to decipher my house, I took a break and went
What
for
a statement.
bite. I
Tired
am
of not being
human
able to
after all.
decipher my house.
While I was eating my sandwich, I was reading through Steve's journal from the Google Drive. I read it once before beginning the journey through my house, but all I could get from it was that Steve was slowly becoming insane. But now that I've gone through my house a couple of times, I remembered most of the bizarre things that happened to
These
me
clips,
in
like
my
him just laying in
house
bed,
also happened
thinking.
to Steve himself. August 29th, 2022. I had the strangest dream last night about my childhood friend that recently passed away. We were playing Legos in his basement like we always used to do as kids, and when I turned around, he was gone. The house was empty and silent. Everything was so quiet and still. I then began to smell smoke and heard screams from upstairs. I ran upstairs, and when I got there, the house was just a burnt frame. Smoke was getting thicker and thicker, and I could barely see or breathe. I searched for my friend, but I couldn't find him anywhere. I couldn't see anything. I started to panic, and then I found myself outside in the fog. I was alone, but I could hear low growls in the distance. This nightmare Steve had
Jeez.
was what happened when we pressed the power box from the basement, destroying my house or Tom's house.
So he can use the
I guess
journal
this
to
is
try and
the
figure out
bad
the different
ending.
scenarios.
No one really knows. January 14th, 2023. Last night I had a nightmare that felt so real I can still feel the fear and terror coursing through me as I write this. I was in an airplane and I was the
Are y'all
only
still here? It says
passenger.
there's only
I
one
looked
viewer,
out the
which is
window to
probably
see the
me.
ground below and noticed that the terrain was unfamiliar. I had no idea where I was or where I was going. Suddenly the plane started to shake violently and I heard a solid
that's weird.
loud noise coming from the engine.
I don't know,
In the
YouTube's strange.
distance I could see a huge storm cloud coming towards me. I tried to communicate with the pilot, but I couldn't hear him over the sound of the engine. The plane began to dive and suddenly I felt a huge jolt. I looked out the window again and saw that the plane was heading for some kind of structure. I closed my eyes and felt the plane crash. I felt the impact and heard the screams and cries from the people around me. And then I woke up, my heart pounding and my body drenched in sweat. Sounds familiar? I believe this journal is the key for us to decipher this huge, bizarre puzzle called my house. Steve also mentioned stuff like taking a hot bath, visiting the attic, and going
Yeah,
through a
it's kinda
mirror.
like
And
a guide
all the
to
dates
playing it.
from those events seem to have some kind of sequence, with the first thing we have to do is going through the mirror, then up to the attic, and taking a hot bath at the end. My goal for this video was to discover everything on my own, no YouTube guides and no help from the outside. Yet someone did tell me that I needed to go through underholes, that being map 2 of Doom 2, before going through the second house. So that's what I did. I went to underholes, killed
What's wrong, Sky?
everything, grabbed the super shotgun and all the ammo I could find, and went straight to my house?
Went straight to my house.
Isn't it the gauntlet? This was still the first house, and I was able to grab the chainsaw. Nice. I killed everything, grabbed all the keys, went outside to grab the non-existent soul sphere, went back inside and killed everything once again, activating the second house, and here is where everything should start. Strange. Everything starts from the second house. My goal was to search for a mirror that I could go through. In the first house, all the mirrors have no reflection, but in the second house, they all do. So exploring I went. I was pressing the action button like crazy on everything. Besides the bathtub in the main bedroom, there's this mirror with 2 sinks, and when I pressed the action button, the sink filled with water, and that seemed to also fill the bathtub as well. Thanks to that, I knew what my next objective should be. Find all the sinks inside my house and fill my bathtub. I found one in the laundry room. I then went inside one of the bedrooms and this happened.
Aha. I like the music though.
The fuck? This hallway made
When in doubt,
entirely of
click
concrete
everything.
was tingling all of my senses. This was a living, breathing red flag. I knew something bad would happen if I went inside, so I did anyway. For this next little section of the video, I'll let the video play on its own. Enjoy. No. Do not tell me now I'm lost. I can still go back though. So, alright.
Oh my gosh.
Here goes nothing, I guess.
Oh.
No, I'm going too deep, man. No. 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 I'm lost. I'm now lost.
This is great.
God, no. I've come back.
There's the door.
I came back. No, fuck this place.
You can get some sleep, Sky?
Okay. Alright. That could have went very wrong in so many ways. I could have got lost and never be able to come back if I went too deep inside the rabbit hole. I could have encountered a monster that could kill me. The possibilities were endless. So I thank the Doom gods for letting me escape unscathed. I'm not going down there again. I have a mission to do.
What the heck? Yo.
Oh no. I searched for more sinks inside my house, and inside the guest bathroom in the first floor, I found this. This is the only bathroom in the entire house where you can climb through the toilet
into the
and
reflection?
into the mirror.
Oh no. Everything's backwards.
In this version of the house, everything is inverted. Even the sounds from the demons,
I was gonna say the sounds are reversed.
everything. Let's call this place the other world. Because I love Silent Hill, and this reminds me of Silent Hill. You can even see the bathtub from the original house through the mirror of the other world, meaning that every mirror in the house is a passageway into this strange place. I began exploring the other world, and in the kitchen I found a wine bottle. Drunk body. And when I grabbed it, I noticed something changed. In the living room, there's this decoration with 8 empty squares.
Slowly but surely he's figuring things
one
out.
square was filled with a glass of wine. And that's when it hit me. Maybe the goal is to find all the different items scattered through my house and fill up the decoration painting. Maybe once we do that, we will get our sweet ending. Also, because we are in the other world, then that means I can finally get my sweet Christmas sphere.
Oh, yeah.
Ha ha ha.
That makes sense.
Now we're making progress. I also found this baby bottle. It wasn't meant to be. Okay, that's dark. I tried to trigger the endless hallways in the other world, but I guess it's not possible. Thank goodness. After grabbing the
You
Christmas
didn't want to deal with that
sphere
anyway.
and the baby bottle, I went to see if the painting changed. But it didn't.
Oh my god,
I
it's just
explored
messing
the
with him, I
entire
swear.
house of the other world, but didn't seem to
As soon as you
find
think you're
anything
making
new.
progress on
So when I
something, you figure
decided
out
to
you're
go
not.
back into the real world, I saw this.
Wait, what? What just happened?
A trail of plastic toy balls. Aha! The Christmas sphere and the baby bottle I grabbed on the other world filled the painting in the real world.
Wow.
So, out of 16 items I need to beat the game, I have only 3. Que chido. I followed the trail of toy balls and it led me down into the basement's office. And, well, just take a look.
Oh.
Okay.
Here we
Pues
go.
vamos. All right. Why?
What?
Just why? One thing I noticed immediately as I arrived here is that this place, this daycare facility, is just my house's basement. It's basically the
Yeah,
same
from one liminal
layout.
hell to
I
another,
found
yeah.
a
That's
berserk
basically been
power-up
this
on
game.
a closet that I couldn't reach, and then I found another item, a baseball.
Oh, that's a baseball!
I also found this crack on the room's closet, and if you hit it, voila! Here's your berserk power-up. I then went to this other room, which was really bizarre, with this weird drawing on the chalkboard, and here I found another item, a box of adult crayons. Nice. I tried to go upstairs, but I'm a baby. Babies
I'm a
cannot do
baby.
that. I tried to go outside too from the main entrance, but that wasn't possible too. Back inside the boardroom, I found this door that led to the outside. Is it this way? Oh.
That's not creepy
Alright.
at all. Speaking of Silent Hill.
What? Oh! 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 Tranquilízate, idiota. ¿Qué te pasa?
It's Shrek, of course. Why wouldn't it be?
How much HP do you have, Shrek? Ugh. Damn. Picked up the gate key and
Shrek, bye.
smokes. After grabbing those 2 items, I used the gate key, opened the gate, and arrived to my house
Oh no.
once again.
It all leads back to my
Alright.
house.
Okay.
Okay, time to kill
Die,
everything again.
demons. Fuck you. The entrance doors, that being the garage door and the porch door, have now disappeared. Fun fact, this green shirt is just armor. Grab it. The baseball we grabbed on the daycare center has now been added into the real painting.
My gosh.
So I guess the teddy bear and the box of crayons were added into the other painting. Now the impossible room that defies the laws of physics was activated. I grabbed the Pepsi can, went outside, turned on the sinks from the kitchen, grabbed the milkshake from the monochrome room, and went
my
back
God.
into the house.
Now the bathtub is full.
I still can't get inside. I went to the kitchen of the real house and turned on the last sink. And with that, the bathtub was finally filled with water.
Rubber ducky. Oh no, where'd we go?
What? Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, what?
I don't like this anymore.
Yeah, this is gonna be weird.
November 23rd, 2022. I was dreaming about taking a nice hot bath. I felt myself sinking deeper
Okay, so
and
we got
deeper
there.
into the warm water until I couldn't breathe. I tried to scream, but no sound escaped my lips. I was drowning on my own bathtub. Suddenly, I felt a jolt, as if I had been pulled out of the water. When I opened my eyes, I found myself in a subterranean cave, illuminated by a faint, eerie blue light. I could feel a chill in the air, and I could hear the echoing of demons in the distance. When I saw this, I thought to myself, yes, progress. And also, fuck, what the hell, man?
And also,
I explored the
I like this
entire
guy. He
drowned
makes good
house.
stuff. He's
It
got a
was
good
pretty
sense
hard
of
to move
timing
through
for his
it.
humor.
I went down into the basement to see if anything else had changed, checked every room, every bathroom, and every closet, but nothing seemed to have changed at all, until I tried to go back upstairs. Wait, what?
Oh no, is this
What?
the endless? Oh wait, it's a different
What?
endless. Like the liminal pools. Yep. Welcome.
How is this even possible? Just like every other place we have encountered, this huge shower room is just another version of my house, with the same exact layout. I then go into what should have been one of the rooms from the first floor, and like always, the game just decides to play dirty. Ugh.
I swear he's gonna enter all the like major all the major liminal spaces. Nice.
Now we are on a pool. There's a big piranha-like fish inside of it. So, of course, there's an item we need underwater. A D20 dice. Great. Luck is in my side. When you kill the big piranha and you grab the D20 dice, the piranha will explode and little piranhas will come out of its entrails.
Oh,
and try
gosh.
to kill you. Reminds me to that very horrific scene from The Mist with the spiders. Besides the D20 dice item, there's a little entrance that goes underwater. So, off we go.
An indoor pool? Oh, what? That's crazy.
This is a maze where you battle against time, because if you are not quick, you will drown. So quick we swim, and the exit is found, which leads us to the garage? It must be the garage, as this door leads us to
I
the
hate
entrance
everything
of
about
the
that
house. My head hurts a lot. While I was exploring this room, I saw something shine in the distance. A little piece of gold was waiting for me. Could this be another item? Let's find out. It's guarded by monsters. I made a quick run for it and more monsters appeared. I got really scared, so I ran for it and reached the end of the trail, with a wall closing behind me, unable to grab my golden item. And now we arrive to the hotel.
Oh gosh. We're back. Everything goes full circle.
Por ¿Por qué el pinche hotel? Good thing I saved the game on the drowning house before reaching the hotel. Great, Midnight. You are very intelligent. I then load my safe with one goal in mind. That being, grabbing that little gold item I need. I died quite a few times because the demons have these bullshit homing projectiles that do a ton of damage. And every time I died, I reloaded my save. But then, something strange happened. There was one time I died and instead of loading my save, I just went to take a leak. I am human after all. And when I came back, I was here. Huh?
What?
How did I end up here? And
What
so
on
for
earth
those
is this?
wondering, this is what happened.
This is so cool. I thought you were asleep for a second.
I never died. I was just a bit unconscious and was taken to a hospital. This game is full of surprises.
Fill the sink. Oh, great.
I tried to open every door I encountered until I found this.
Somebody dying?
I do not know about you, but having a faceless black humanoid mask staring at me always puts me on edge. I continue exploring this endless hospital hallway and I found a key for the room. Okay, let's...
Oh boy. It sounds like they're dead. They have no pulse.
Stop watching me, man.
I've seen enough movies.
What should I do? I feel needed.
Fill the sink. I feel like that's a thing in all these.
Stop watching me. What's this? Oh shit.
Welcome back.
I came back to life. I later discovered that you can only do this once. So with this chance given to me by heaven, I took my arms up and blasted away.
Interesting, like a little mini game within the game where you get a chance to come back once.
With all the demons now in hell, I had a free ticket on grabbing my golden item. A gold wedding ring. I do. I went through the mini tunnel and arrived in the hotel. Fun fact, if you grab the blue keycard before going outside in the first house, you can grab the plasma rifle here. Nice. If you have noticed too, this hotel is also my house, and it has two versions of it: a big house and a small house. With the
I don't know
small
why I
house
didn't notice that
having the
earlier.
nice German Shepherd, and the big house having the Hellhound. The way I take it is that in the small house we are an adult, and we see the dog as just that. A dog. And in the big house we are an infant. The doors are immense, we can't reach anything without the help of someone, and we perceive the dog as a big monster because that's what kids do. Maybe just maybe, Thomas drew this dog
So
in his
much thought.
sketchbook because that's how he perceived his dog when he was younger. But more on that later. We find a rich pumpkin over at the entrance of the big house, and if we jump down through the first hole and open this secret passageway and strafe run as fast as we can, we might be able to reach this ledge which is in the big house, which will lead us to another secret tunnel and onto another item, a kitten tuna, because, you know, Thomas liked to spoil his kitten rotten. In the entrance of the small house, you can, very carefully, jump into this extension of the building.
Yeah, there's a
drop
lot of
inside
thought that
this
went
tiny
into
hole and find
this
your
whole
third and
scenario.
last item of the hotel, the dog's frisbee. Fun fact though, the big dog and small dog are the same entity. So if you kill the small dog, which you can basically one-shot with the shotgun, the big one will die too.
Yep, that kind of figured. Sad, but
Now, you do not have to kill him, but if the big dog is too much for you to handle, well, you know what to do. One thing I noticed when being on the hotel is that you can reach several of the lighted rooms on the other buildings. One
Oh.
gives you a megasphere, nice. Another one is simply empty, puta madre. And I noticed another one in the window, right beside the first hole you drop into in the big house. It looks impossible to do, but I know I can do it.
save's coming. Perfect.
This jump took me a tremendous amount of time. I had to load my save more than 50 times,
Oh my
maybe
God.
even 100.
Dedication.
I'm not kidding. But when I finally did it, I reached this. Say, I finally did it. A simple room with a couch, a lamp, and a TV.
What is the purpose? Oh,
Hello?
is this bad?
This is how nightmares began.
I was gonna
I
say,
dropped
like-
down to the abyss, went through the infinite staircase. Watch the incident. It's a good movie. And then I reached my house once
I plan
again.
to actually.
And finally, we
TV's
have
on.
obtained all the items from the real world.
The TV's
Not
on
from
over
the
here, though.
other world, but from the real world. Also, the flower painting has been replaced by this painting from my house's yard, revealing a secret entrance. Yes. Progress. Before taking this new adventure, I went to the other world to see how many items I had missing.
2?
Huh. Only 2. Excellent. Before going through the secret entrance, I went back into the hotel by using the secret passageway that can only be used once, dropped down the 2 halls, back into the parking lot, through the airport, and grabbed the pills from the woman's bathroom. Refilled the pills by using the blood of the fucking demons.
That was a crazy little sequence where it like
Took
everything
off
turns
with
to
the
blood.
plane, killed some monsters, and drop off to my house once again. Now, the last item should be inside this secret entrance. So off we take.
Oh, what now? He's not excited
Are
for
you
this.
kidding me now? What am I supposed to do? I'm out in the forest, all alone by myself. No sound, no music, nothing. Just me, my double-barrel shotgun, the light of the moonshine shining upon me.
This is fine.
That didn't make any sense whatsoever. I see a light, a red light.
The hell?
This seems strangely familiar. January 7th, 2023. I was driving along a road in the woods when all of a sudden my car veered off the road and crashed into a tree. I woke up to find myself in the driver's seat with an injured and bleeding leg. My head was spinning and I felt disoriented. I dragged myself out of the car and hobbled my way through the woods in hopes of finding someone for help. My leg was in agony and I felt like I was going to faint. Through the trees, I saw the lights from a lonely gas station. This is just like the dream Steven had, so I followed the light and found the lonely gas station.
I like the music.
Huh.
Hell.
Okay, I entered the gas station and gave myself a little treat. This Slurpee gives you
Sludgy.
200 HP, which is nice, but I would later discover that doing this in this part of the game was not a good idea. And it was
my
like
gosh, of
shooting
course not.
myself in the foot, like 5 times, but on we go. I go inside a storage and find the last item we needed.
Nice.
An
Atari
Atari
joystick.
controller. I went inside the store's bathroom and lo and behold, we are back in my house
Of
once
course.
again. If having all the items in the real world opened this secret passage, then the same thing should happen in the other world. So I went through the mirror and found that my hypothesis was right. But now, the flower painting was replaced with a painting of a fireplace, the gas station, and a bus stop. I open the secret
okay.
passage in the other world and go through the fog-infested woods.
What? Oh,
The
flashlight.
car is now missing. In its place is just a tiny flashlight. I followed the light and I found a mirrored gas station all the same. The car is now here besides the store, but the gas
Oh, gosh.
station has seen better days.
That's one way to put it.
I searched
like how the
for the
music is in
campfire
reverse.
as shown in the painting, and I was able to see smoke towering through the trees in the distance. Following it, I found a little entrance into a camp. With a tree trunk with S+A carved onto it.
I wonder where this is going. Oh, the beach. Huh?
Is this my ending? At the beach? At least give me some burgers, a little bit of pizza. The hell is this supposed to be? S? Oh, S and A. Wait, what?
What the? It's all fake.
Yes, it was all a fluke. If you interact with this movie production tablet, you will get this. There's nothing you can do here, as this is your and our ending. If you are wondering,
Wow.
yes, all of this ties into Steve's journal. February 27th, 2023. I was standing at the beach staring out at the placid water, the ocean stretching out as far as the eye could see, seagulls cawed overhead and the gentle
least
caress
it's
of
not a
water
hot-
tapped the
Goddamn.
sand in front of me. I dipped my toes into the water, at least I tried. There was no water. No ocean. It was all an illusion. I realized everything around me was fake. The trees, the birds, the sand. It was all a one-act play, and I was Willy Loman, a damned fool who believed in something greater. But Here was no happiness to be found. I wandered the set only to find myself staring into oblivion. It was the end of
Kinda
time
depressing.
itself. No joy, no misery, no sadness, only emptiness. Men of faith tell us the afterlife is for eternity, but is it possible to keep your sanity for eternity? A day passes in the void, a month, a year, 2, 5, 10. Is this an eternity? 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. I've sat in this room for 1,000,000 years now, entertaining the same thoughts, pondered the same questions, and ruminated on every mistake in my life, anguishing over them for centuries. 1,000,000,000 years now, double that.
Jeez.
Now double it again. I am still nowhere close to the end of eternity. I pray for death, but it never comes. Just me and my thoughts and my mistakes and my insecurities
My
and
gosh.
my regrets and my loneliness. Somewhere in another dream, the version of myself that winked back is sitting on the real beach, happy and content, knowing that life is finite. There is no afterlife, and happiness is found in the small things around us that we can control. Happiness has to be fought for. All of this is happening on the other world, where life after death exists. But it's just a black hole. Steve envies the Steve that winked back in the mirror from his dream. So what would happen if we open the tree trunk in the other world, but run back into the real world
Oh my
to the
gosh.
same spot? Well, first, we're going to be followed by this invincible archvile that appears from inside the firewood. Do not fight it. It will destroy you. Run as fast as you can back to the otherworld house.
Hurry.
It's already too late. The archvile has already resurrected most of the demons from the house, but it doesn't matter. We push through and go through the mirror into the real world.
Oh
The
gosh.
house, my house, is now overrun by demons. There are archviles resurrecting demons inside my house, and there's a whole army of demons waiting for you outside. It seems impossible to do at first glance, but remember, happiness has to be fought for. I do not have a rocket launcher, not even the BFG, so my course of action was to run in circles and make every demon infight until they killed each other.
Nice. Ding, 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 ding.
When I found my chance, I entered the secret passage and onto the road. Our happiness is one step closer every step we take. I found a car filled with medkits and ammo.
I
and
feel like this is
prepared
that
for
song
the
that nobody
worst.
knows who made it, but it sounds like you've heard. Yeah.
I am
Uh,
underpowered, have next to no
no.
health. I am outnumbered, as you can see the legions upon legions of demons in the background ready to ambush me, and there's a spider mastermind on top of the gas station. This is an even fight.
Nice.
What's next is one of the most epic last stand showdowns I've had in any game at all.
Just a little overkill. Wow.
I fought for my life because happiness has to be fought for. And then I saw what was pretty much my only chance of reaching my
did anybody else
happiness,
notice the
so
gas
I
station
took
is, like,
a leap of
basically his house?
faith, and by that I mean
Everything is
I
the house.
sprint like a motherfucker and fought my way into the campfire. I was able to get into the woods, and then
There we go. It's real.
Congratulations, we have made it into the true ending, which gives us a beautiful view of the beach. The ending Steve wanted all along. If you have reached this part of the video, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, as this took me a pretty long time to put together. So a like, a share, and a comment would be greatly appreciated.
Well, we just streamed it for you, buddy.
Before I end this video, what if instead of going through the secret passage in the yacht, we first grab all the items from the real world and the other world, burn the house down by using the power
Oh,
box,
God.
fight through the hordes of monsters, go back into the hotel, drop down the halls, follow through the parking lot to the airport, board the plane,
He's
drop
like,
down
it's
the
just not
house,
enough to win.
exit it, and then open the secret door.
What? That, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Whoa.
Yeah, I can't scan the QR code, so who the hell knows what this is? I guess only the people that scanned the code knew its content, so if you knew the contents of the code, please let me know down below. And well, we reached the end of the video.
That's
I think
crazy.
this was
Holy
fantastic. The creator managed to make me feel a consistent level of high uneasiness without having to resort to stuff like gore and jump scares. Just goes to show you how good a psychological horror can be if done right. I'm sure there's a lot of things I missed in this video, but my goal was to get the real ending.
How
without
could there
looking
be more to
anything up,
miss?
So I'll take this as an absolute win. Like, comment, subscribe,
Absolutely
share this
fantastic.
video everywhere, and I hope
Wow.
you have a fantastic day. Adios. Bye.
That was,
Hello, my beautiful.
that was quite epic, honestly. I actually want to see if where are the comments? Where are the comments? Where are the comments? I'm not used to using the PC version of well, anyways, I was kind of hoping that maybe somebody in the comments said what was on the QR code. Yeah, that's quite the adventure there. Like whoever created that stuff, sensational. The internet. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. Through the videos. Okay, so. Okay. This guy seems to. The QR code shows an immensely confusing picture. It shows Steve Nelson next to the picture of dead Tom. Steve Veg died on the same day in the same place on the same year. Both Tom and Steve died the same day in the exact same area. No one really knows what to make of it, but most people seem to think it's an ARG, as the real photos of the house show things like the impossible hallway with the Pepsi and milkshake room doors, as well as seemingly super wide or narrow chairs next to the kitchen counter. There's a rocket launcher, apparently. Yeah, the rocket launcher is in the mirrored gas station. There's some cheats. Huh. That's crazy. That is one of, oh wait, there's another comment about the QR code. Yeah, it says the QR code leads to the obituary for Steve Nelson. It says that he and Tom's service will be held at the same time in the same place, implying that they were lovers. It also calls into question whether or not the journal was actually Steve's and who actually uploaded the WAD file. So good. And not only that, but link what? The video? Huh. Sky, what is it you're asking for, link? For like the video we just watched, or what was Steve's alias at the beginning?
For the last couple of weeks, a ton of you, my friends, have been asking me to check this really interesting Doom mod called myhouse.wad, which has been causing a sensation all over the Doom forums and social media, telling me that this WAD is going to change my life, and that it is also very disturbingly bizarre, which is my bread and butter, of course. It's been half a year since I last made a Doom-disturbing video, so I thought that myhouse.wad would be the perfect Doom mod to come back to this series. If you believe myhouse.wad is a great Doom mod, slap the like button and let me know down below in the comments, what's the most disturbingly terrifying Doom WAD you have ever played? If I played that WAD on the next episode, I will feature all the comments that mention that WAD on the video.
Also,
anyways,
besides just the
grab our
craziness of
pistol,
the
get into the yard and dive straight
mod
into
and
my house.
the whole scenario that unfolded. This guy's video, he does a real good job with his editing and production, setting it all up.
This video was sponsored by
Anime
GamerSubs. Use code MIDNIGHT to get 10% off your order. Thank you for the support, and I really hope you enjoy. This story begins the 3rd of March 2023 on the forums of Doom World. Junior member going by the name of
Veg.
Veg made a post called My House that said the following: excited to finally release this tribute map.
So the person who released the map is Veg. Is that what you were looking for, Sky? Oh yeah, Steve Nelson. So that could be the S. Steve slash Veg. So they might be the same person though. I'm getting really tired though, so my brain's not exactly functioning. Steve and someone, yeah, that's probably what it was. Whew. That was fantastic. I didn't think I was gonna watch the whole video. I thought I was gonna get like halfway through it. I don't think so. I don't remember that ever being brought up. It might have been there, but there was just so much to process though. Like so much going on. Like I'm sure there's things that could have been missed. Yeah, that was fantastic. I'm really glad we finished that. Like went all the way through it. I thought I was gonna like do half of it and be like, all right, we'll watch the rest Monday or something. But I kept like, I don't know if you saw, I kept like hovering up to see how much time was left. I'm like, well, there's only 30 minutes left. There's only 20 minutes left. The only thing there, like, so it's S plus A. You would think if it was Steve and Thomas, it would be S plus T, or maybe it would be N plus A if it was Nelson and Allord. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure there might have been detail I missed because there was just so much to process. Either way, I gotta work for lunch tomorrow. So I do probably need to get this shut down and head off to bed. But definitely appreciate you guys joining me. And Sky, thanks for pointing us in the direction of the video there. Yeah, the weird placement of the initials. But thanks for hanging out the whole time. Like I said, I didn't think I'd make it through that, but it was just way too fascinating to jump out of. So either way, next show will be Monday night. Same time, same place, all that kind of stuff, around midnight-ish. I work tomorrow, and then I'm off for streaming tonight. Yeah, it should have been S plus T, or if they did like last names, it could have been N plus A. So I'm not sure where they were going with the S plus A. All right, guys, I'm gonna head to bed. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, that was fun. We'll see you guys Monday night.